Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got a very interesting knife review / knife overview to show you guys. This is the Spyderco Microjimbo. I'm going to tell you right now, this is a phenomenal knife. It is so good. I love it. I had such a great carry experience with it. It is right up my alley in terms of, what I look for in that sort of quintessential compact EDC folding knife. I love my big knives. I love my big old crazy big boys. But the stuff that I actually regularly carry and reach for, this is right there. This is a super recommendable knife. It is made in the USA. I think the price is somewhat reasonable. I think it's still kind of high, right? There's better value stuff out there, but man, there's so much to love with this knife. It is awesome, and I think it's probably flying under the radar for a lot of people. The version that you're looking at here today is actually solid carbon fiber, and it is S90V. These are not Taiwan Spydercos. These are Golden, Colorado, USA Earth Spydercos. So very cool. The standard version of this knife comes in either black G10 and S30V, or blue or cobalt G10 and Spy 27, which is essentially S45VN. E-Knives also, that's E-Knives is who loaned this to me. They also have a version of it in CPM 15V, which is awesome. And then, of course, the S90V, but those are a little more expensive. I'll link all of this down in the description. You guys can check it out if you want. It does help my channel and use those links, but that's up to you. Thanks to E-Knives for loaning this knife to me for review. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Let's go ahead and measure this knife. It's not big, but it is in hand. It's a lot more roomy than you would guess. Only 6¼ inches. Blade length is coming in at 2½ inches, and your cutting edge is 2¼ Let's do some size comparisons. Any custom skills you find in this section can be found down in the description under Original Goat and Others. Up against the 8010 and my own Excalibur. You can see there it's on the smaller side. Let's put it up against the, well, let's save that one because I'm going to do Spyderco here in a second. We'll jump to the Ritter Hogue and the Hogue Deca. Now, I want to put this up against some of my favorite EDC folding knives of all time. The Spyderco Para 3, Demco Shark Cub. Let's do the AD 20.5. Trying to get these all in here so you can see. AD 20.5. And then I think also the Sage 6. These knives, bring that one back right there. These knives are all, these are some of my favorite EDC folding knives ever. If you own one of these, in my opinion, you own one of the greatest pocket knives that has ever been created. I think we can probably also throw in, where are you at? The Bel Air. Right here. These are just crazy good, right? Some Taiwan, some USA. Well, everything here is just stupidly good. And then also the full-size one, the full-size version of the Bel Air, right? These are incredible. You should own, everybody who's watching right now should own at least one of these if your budget allows for it. If your budget does not allow for it, then obviously not, right? But if your budget allows for it, I think everybody who's watching should own one of these knives. The Microjimbo is absolutely in this group. I want to make sure that everybody understands the tier that I am putting this knife in. I like it that much. I think it is that good of a knife, and I'm going to, proceed to explain why. Yeah, very good. How's the action? Good Lord. This is drop shut on phosphor bronze. Are you kidding me? That is so crazy. I keep looking in here thinking there's no way I'm missing something. It's got to be on bearings. No, it's on phosphor bronze. That is crazy. This is a compression lock, an actual Spyderco compression lock, which is great. Very, very easy to manipulate, especially considering it's such a small knife. I like that. I don't feel like I'm, about to drop it while I'm operating it. I can wheel this thing out. I can do the thumb flick. I can do the reverse flick. It's so easy. It's beautiful. It's one of the smallest knives that I actually feel comfortable manipulating like that. I do need to point out, lefties, you can flip this pocket clip out to the other side, but because of the tension and the pressure, the direction of pressure caused by the compression lock, you will not enjoy this knife. The only way as a lefty that you can open it where it's kind of okay is pinch it open and wheel it out. And the reason is because you're working against that compression lock. So when you go to push it, oh, it's tough. And you're not going to deploy it. It's not going to happen. With this, you're working the other way, right-handed people. So left-handed people, because of how short this is, it's not always the same with every compression lock. Like this one here, pair of threes long enough that it doesn't really make a difference, right? It's great. This one also is broken in, like completely falls shut on phosphor bronze. A lot of my other Spydercos as well. Lefties, you will not enjoy this unless they make an actual left-handed compression lock version. Action good, though. Very good if you are a right-handed person. Let's do carry profile. Thickness up against the Spyderco Para 3. It's the same. Length and height up against the PM2 and the Para 3. This is a stupidly easy knife to carry. My gosh. It is just so simple. Disappears in your pocket, which for some is a problem. You wash your knives a lot, you might want to get a heavier knife so you know it's there. 2.8 ounces, that makes it ultra lightweight in my book, and the balance and all of that becomes trivial. If you're under 3 ounces, you're ultra lightweight, but I'll show you the balance anyway, and it's just about perfect. Let's go ahead and do a hardware check. I'm going to get out my tools as per usual. My tools are very inexpensive and very recommendable. You can find them right down in the section of my description that talks about the tools I use on this channel. I believe these Spydercos are mostly T. Oh, that wasn't tightened down all the way. Still completely falls shut. This has that bushing in there. But yeah. Oh, beautiful. It's totally solid. And then we also have, are these T8? Yeah, T8 for that clip screw. It's very, very simple construction. Unbelievably simple to take apart and put back together because you don't have this, you don't have this. God, those suck. The first time you want to, change out the freaking pocket clip or whatever, or not the pocket clip. The first time you want to take the knife completely apart, it really sucks. In fact, isn't that how that is now? Okay, you want to take the scales off, I guess is what I'm saying. If you want to replace the scales, it sucks. This, no, you don't have to deal with that. As long as you have the right tools for the job, it should be good to go. Incredibly simple. Let's measure the blade stock thickness. My guess is 125 to 135. I would guess, oh, it's more than that. It's 144 thousandths. That's a little weird. Okay, no big deal. I'm going to tell you right now, the only thing that I think is a little odd about this knife is the lack of any jimping whatsoever. I think it would be perfect right here. Maybe you jimp this spot. A lot of that sunk underneath. Maybe a little bit of jimping right there would have been nice. But really the reason that I love this so much, like the Yojimbo and the Yojumbo are super cool. And I think they're self-defense knives. Maybe this is supposed to be too. Great. The self-defense thing doesn't mean anything to me. If it means something to you, I think that's great, but I don't know anything about self-defense, so I'm not going to speak on it. I'm going to speak on what 99.999999999% of people who buy this knife will actually use it for, which is general EDC purposes. And that's the same thing with knives like the Combat Troodon or the larger size Yojimbo or any other knife that is designed for self-defense. Great. And maybe you're a master of self-defense. You know what that knife's primarily going to be used for? Cutting open boxes. That's the cold hard truth. Okay. So that's what I'm going to talk about. I know a lot about incredibly casual, non-professional, non-scientific, EDC. I know a lot about being a regular guy in sweatpants who carries a pocket knife. I do that all the time. This makes an exceptional EDC knife. Around the house, you want to wear it in dress pants, you can. It's a little abrasive with the texture. Not too bad. Outdoor knife. Great. Compression lock, super duper strong. The actual blade here, and this is S90V, but their S30V is incredible. S90V, even with this not being the most optimized Spyderco geometry, I mean, this thing just cuts. A little utility-shaped blade, the little draw cuts, cutting open boxes and packages, right? Not an incredible length of blade to sharpen. Won't be as slicey as something with belly, but I prefer blade shapes like this day to day for what I use a knife for, which is very, very simple, quick cut things. I'm not doing continuous cutting, right? If I was going to do that, if I was going to go out and, maybe, I don't know, honestly, breaking down cardboard boxes with something like this would probably be pretty efficient. I just want there to be jimping. Ergonomically, it is comfortable here. This is a 3-finger grip. It's not my favorite. The fact that you can choke up, it's not a perfectly optimized forward choil like on the Spyderco Para 3. This is much more comfortable, but I'd still say this is really good. You just have to be careful because there's nothing warning you about the edge that's coming up. So you have to be cognizant of that. The edges are knocked down, which is good. This is solid carbon fiber. It is not a laminate. It is actual textured carbon fiber, which is really cool. And on the standard ones, they will be G10. I'm just showing this one here. Says Spyderco, right? You got the big logo there, Spyderco CPM S90V, Golden, Colorado, USA, Earth. You've got the Spidey hole there, which again is just beautifully simple to use on the side. It's just so, it just looks like it's going to be too small for that to work properly, but no. We do have full nested steel liners on both sides, so the knife does not feel dainty. It really does feel like a lightweight tank. It's awesome. Pocket clip, fortunately, they were smart enough to put a small wire clip on it. I don't love wire clips, but I also don't love the stock Spyderco clip, this freaking spoon shovel. I don't like it. So this is fine. This works for me. I think I would probably opt for a modified, like a different clip, like the MXG Deep Carry or the Lynch clips. I think are better. Do I have a Lynch clip on this guy? Yeah, here's a Lynch clip on this guy. A little better, all right? But this is fine. The way that it comes is fine. Very, very good fit and finish. I think this is an example of what Golden, Colorado is capable of. This is essentially perfect fit and finish. I have no issues with it whatsoever. It is just so beautifully compact and easy to carry, easy to manipulate. It is a joy to get out and use every single time. It just feels extremely purposeful. It's not too much or too little for just about anything unless you need a longer blade. It really does feel like this is all you need. It's awesome. It's the same feeling that I get now with my two, primary EDCs. If you guys wonder, what are the knives you're reaching for the most, it's the Sage 6 and it's the Shark Cub from Demco. These are my two. But I've realized I can go smaller with knives like this because it accomplishes all the same stuff, right? And it's got a blade shape that I like a little more. It's kind of like the Shark Cub where the tip is down a little bit. Yeah, this is awesome. No blade play. Look at that big old stop pin in there. No blade play up, down, left to right. No locks. You heard it. There's a little bit. Not bad. It'll work itself out. No pivot lash. It's smooth if you are depressing the compression lock. Wonderful detent. Perfect centering. No detent lash. This is a USA-made pocket knife. So as soon as I see the price, people are like, that's a big price for small knife. Because brain limited to fit in box that way. Okay. It's a USA-made knife. Base price on the S30V and Black G10 version or CPM Spy 27 and Cobalt G10 base price is $185. Is that a bit high? Yeah. I think these should be priced basically exactly the same as the Kershaw Bel Air or Kershaw Bel Air XL, which is $150, maybe it's $160 to $170. Slightly higher. Slightly, right? But it's MagnaCut. Okay, but if you want to compare edge retention, Spyderco's S30V is going to beat Kershaw's MagnaCut. That's a fact. It's what's going to happen. Kershaw's MagnaCut is good. Spyderco's S30V should outperform it. I think it would be pretty close. And maybe I've got that flip. Well, now I'm second guessing myself. It's going to be pretty close. Spy 27 also very, very, very balanced. Obviously, MagnaCut is a superior balance, but that's because of MagnaCut's toughness and corrosion resistance. A lot of people don't realize, especially newer people, the reason that people are celebrating MagnaCut is not because it just cut better, because blades made by mountain ninjas. And they make it cut with these secret spells and make it cut better. No, it's the balance of MagnaCut. MagnaCut's edge retention is actually pretty kind of in the middle as far as the super steel territory goes. If we're comparing it to S90V, for example, S90V will blow the doors off of it. And there are steels that'll blow the doors off of S90V in terms of edge retention, right? MagnaCut is special because of its balance. It has a nearly impossible balance with incredible high toughness and insane corrosion resistance and pretty good edge retention. And it's not really that hard to sharpen. That's why people like it. It's the balance, right? Blade composition is a multi-directional teeter-totter that relies heavily on proper geometry for certain types of tasks. So, all that, like the Kershaw Bel Air and Bel Air XL, I've said, is point of diminishing returns on USA-made knives. Does that mean that the $185 that you would spend on this is not justifiable? No, not at all. I think that's actually pretty good. I'm not super mad, especially considering Spyderco just at some point decided that all of their knives were worth $30 to $50 more just because, right? Because pie in your face. Or, in the case of the Shaman, it's $100 more because pie in your face, right? This is an infinitely better deal. It's not nearly as big, but I think it's better. $225 for 15V and $270 or so for S90V and carbon fiber. If you want it, go for it, right? But I think that the standard version of this knife is absolutely worth it. I love this knife. It is incredible. It is highly recommendable if it fits in your budget. I'm going to put it in my most recommended knives playlist and also my favorite knives of all time playlist because it is absolutely one of my favorite knives of all time. Don't miss out on this one. It is awesome. It will quickly become one of your favorite EDC knives of all time. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.